Hey guys, we just got back from the Super Mario Brothers film. This one some 30 years after the original with John Leguizamo and and his live action disaster all those years ago. Nintendo decides to we're gonna give it another shot, or at least Illumination was like, hey, let me license this from you, and we can make a lot of money together, and it'll be fun. And honestly, I saw what was happening on Rotten Tomatoes, where it came out pretty bad, mixed reviews. I was like, holy shit. And then I also saw Russian people, people rushing and be like, oh, this film's awesome. What are you talking about? Like, Skill Up recommends it. So obviously I was interested. It's like, what is this is it actually going to be good? As you know, when I saw the trailers, I was like, man, this thing is going to be entertaining. It's going to be funny. It looks faithful.
It looked good.
It looked really good. So I just got to say that, man, I really, really, really wanted to like it more than I ended up liking it, unfortunately. But hey, in the end, Luigi got respect from that one couple's dog.
Yep.
Never thought that I would be saying something like that. Look, I'm sure kids are gonna love it. We went to a showing with a bunch of kids in the theater. It was like 1:30 p.m. showing, and they seemed to be enjoying it. Some of them seemed actually kind of be more distracted throughout the film.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Is that I was like, Joe, no, please don't do the critic thing and don't love the film that I love. I want to, man. I wanted to love this so much and tell you that all the critics are fucking stupid and wrong, and let's support video game movies, right? Because it's Super Mario. It looks so good. Honestly, Sonic was better. Sonic 1, Sonic 2. So Sonic's right now like, yeah, boy. I don't know. It's still going to make gangbuster. I'll tell you, man. Our theater was somewhat packed. So here's the thing is that, what do you expect, Joe? Well, I expect to laugh. I expect to have a lot of fun. I didn't laugh a single time. Maybe I chuckled once.
All the good parts that I saw were obviously in the trailer. Those were the best parts. Other than that,
the trailer is literally the
best
film.
Ones.
Yeah. So... am I the crappy one here? Did you guys actually like it?
Oh, I loved it, Joe. Loved it. You know me. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to like this more because I saw the trailer, it looked funny, but those were the best parts. And then I looked at a review, and it's like, this is a 10 out of 10, shallow writing, but it's not meant for you. It's meant for kids. And that's just
5-year-olds.
That's at the same time. It's like, no, you can have them both. I hate it too because Sonic was written better.
Yeah.
It was made for
Lego
kids.
Batman. God, I could not stop laughing.
Yes.
It was
you can't
charming.
have a good writer.
This has no chemistry, no charm between any of the characters. The best part about it is the only emotional weight it has is that Mario and Luigi are brothers. And they love each other.
And even then, they separate them from the get-go.
Thank you, Joe. I was going to say it was a huge mistake to separate the two characters because they did have some chemistry together. Everybody else, no, it was like everything was going a mile a minute.
Yes. Another thing with me is like, look, Luigi didn't really have much to do. You separated him with Mario. Bowser, the entire time, you get that one cool scene you see in the trailer. Other than that, you only see him when he's like lusting over Peaches.
That was weird.
That's
so now
we've
got I get trying to give Bowser a reason to always be capturing Peach, but we don't need a reason in this film because Peach is not always being captured by Bowser. She's a 100% girl boss. She has no flaws. She has no faults. She never even had to train. She's Rey Skywalker, basically. She's the best ever, and she doesn't need saving from no fucking man, okay? And that's fine. I can actually get over the girl boss part. It's not in fact, she's the hero of this film. Without her, there's no hero of the film. Mario bumbles his way through the entire film, and then right at the end, all of a sudden, he's good at everything. He wasn't good at anything. Now he's good at everything, and then the film and then it ends. Look, like I said, I wanted to tell you the critics are stupid and wrong, but the Angry Joe Show has ingrained in me a serious need to tell you like it is and how I saw it. Do I think you might have fun? yes, maybe you might have fun in it. But me personally, I didn't laugh enough. I didn't feel the situations were creative enough. And I saw the fucking critics, the moronic critics are like, the film was fine towards the beginning with the New York stuff, but then it started to do things like power-ups and you know, blocks and running. I'm like, that's the game. What do you expect from a Mario movie to be based on the game? That's what it's supposed to be. So I was just ready to punch some critics in the face. But honestly, but that's not what the problem is in the film. Not, at least not for me. It's just that, you know,
it's obvious you have like two extreme sides. He's like that, and the other
I don't know what they expected,
kids,
but I know what I expected.
Movie.
A Lego up to the par of Lego movie,
yes.
up to the par of Lego Batman, funny,
Sonic
smart writing,
even.
class Sonic. Right. None of the jokes were particularly funny. None of the visual gags were particularly creative. It was all very corporate feeling to me. Like we're just using the license and it'll be a surefire hit without any real passion infused. Perhaps what happened is the wrong script was picked. The story is paper thin and everybody's excusing that because I get it. Look, Mario saves Peach, but they don't even do that, right? So this is so... But honestly, if they did Mario Save Peach, it might have been better. It's a simplistic story, but there's really no chemistry at all between Mario and Peach, come to think of it. But I didn't expect much, but I did expect to laugh and to not be so bored.
Yeah.
Alex,
even when we had those cool scenes, we have Rainbow Road, we have like a jungle place. It doesn't give you enough time to chew on the scene. They're like, all right, next. Like,
why were they on the Rainbow Road, Joe?
Because they were going somewhere, and then they got captured and announced.
They were on the Rainbow Road because they were gathering an army to fight Bowser, and they needed to get there quicker. So the army was driving on the Rainbow Road, and then they were ambushed by the rival army on the Rainbow Road, and then we do the Rainbow Road for like and then that's
in
it.
the next scene. In the next scene.
And the next scene. And the next scene. The film was going a mile a minute and going from location to location, but it never managed to hook or engage me in any meaningful way. Alex, let's hear from you.
This is a joyless, soulless exploitation of nostalgia of an IP. And it's a paint-by-numbers kids movie, but without any of the humor or the heart. They risked nothing, and that's what they accomplished. Like, this is not an interesting movie. Now, if you're sitting with kids and you're looking at a movie through the eyes of children, you may enjoy it. If you go to the zoo and you've seen monkeys a million times, when you see it, when you're there with my godsons and they're looking at monkeys, and I don't give a shit because I've seen them a million times, you're like, oh, it's cool, I get to experience that.
Yeah.
But I'm judging
they
it
get
on...
to have fun through, or you get to have fun through them.
So... the people who are like, this is a 10 out of 10 movie, are probably looking at it through the eyes of their 3-year-olds that are sitting next to them. They're not judging the movie. They're not looking at the movie for what it is. And this movie is not good. There's not a whole lot of cohesion between the characters. The story is terrible, and it's fine because like I was expecting terrible. But even in these terrible fucking Gru movies, the Minions movies they make, there is more heart and there's more humor in stupid fucking Minion movies than a movie that I actually wanted to be good.
Further.
I mean, I grew up playing the regular Nintendo. Like that, that's how old I am. I played that one. And then I played all of the ones that came from there. I had the Game Boy. I had all these things. This was a movie that I wanted to feel like a kid again. And instead, I got nothing. This movie is not a good movie, and I'm good for you. You made a really gorgeous world, and the animation was brilliant. But I mean, what did you want? They did nothing with it.
Exactly. The writer. I wanted to look up the writer because I need somebody to blame. Matthew Fogel. Looked up what else Matthew Fogel has done. Silent Retreat. That's nothing. Minions: The Rise of Gru. Well, I think we reviewed that one. That one, I honestly had a little more chemistry and heart. The Lego Movie 2, the second part, didn't like it as much as the first, but I mean, it's all right, I guess. And then now we have this one. That's it. Oh, man, I'm sorry, guys. I know you already downvoted the video, and I know that you're yelling at us because we're using our critics' brains, but I tried real hard. I tried to turn off that critic brain. I was running on pure fan brain, and I still was not getting satisfied.
We went in there trying
colorful
to have fun.
visuals just does not do it for me. Going from location to location for no reason and no fucking rhyme or reason or no story, no stakes, no chemistry, no funny, no nothing, man. I'm sorry. I'm reading a critic thing here. Let's see. It's like fruit stripe gum. Super colorful, and then instantly loses its flavor and charm.
Yeah.
That's right. Tedious, inarticulation of the obvious. God, these critics are so fucking pretentious, but they're right. God damn it. Seems genuinely concerned with putting on an authentic experience for children and their parents alike. First-rate production values almost redeem the bland, soulless blockbuster formula.
Also, I want to talk
Almost redeemed.
the music in this movie is fucking weird because anytime they use the original
Thank
score,
you.
it was great.
Yes.
They get to the jungle and you're expecting Welcome to the Jungle. Instead, we get Take on Me. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
you doing?
Like there was a bunch of 70s
Oh,
and 80s
it's
and
funny because he's an 80s ape. I guess?
Sure. I
But
don't
that's
know what it was.
not funny. That's not Super Mario.
Kids
That's
aren't gonna
not
get
even
that.
funny within the universe.
No, you're supposed to like it. You're the fun uncle.
Take on me.
It totally makes sense
Like
for the scene, right?
when all these sequences, there's so much fucking rock, 80s rock and 90s rock, 80s rock.
It works for James
and,
Gunn.
And it's like, yeah, that's what it felt like. Like, you know, right, the songs were selected first, and then we kind of made up what they were going to do during those songs to fill time. Because songs are great. These are classics. People love them. Adults love them. Children love it. It's just a great party time. But it doesn't serve the story. It doesn't do anything within the film other than just blah, blah.
It's terrible.
Welcome to the...
It wasn't even Welcome to the Jungle. I wish it had been Welcome to the Jungle because they were in the jungle.
That's
right. They did Take on Me, but they could have done Paper Mario or something like that fits the song, and then people that actually know the music are like, "Hey, this is fun." It's just we got the rights to this song. What are you gonna do with it? I don't fucking know. Put it in that scene. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like,
Great.
kids are stupid. Who gives a shit?
So I think it was Grace Randolph said something really stupid, like the CGI is awful or bad, or I don't know which critic said. I'm not gonna throw Grace under the bus. She didn't like it either. But I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The best part of the film is the visuals. The visuals perfectly recreate that world. It can't get no more perfect. But you got that part of it right. But then nothing. And this critic's like, the jokes aren't half that bad either. But for me, like, I didn't.
What jokes?
I was literally. Like, what jokes?
The
I
only-
wanted to laugh.
Again, the only good jokes that I liked were in the trailer, and that was it.
Right.
And we already saw that. And then I was trying to.
Toad has a really big car. Mario gets punched in the face a ton of times, and that's why he says, "It's me, Mario." Those were the 2 times I let a small chuckle out.
Yeah, the penguins were like, "That's only a taste." It's like that was the first thing that you
The
showed.
penguins are the best part of
Yeah.
the film. They were like me as an audience because all their lines was what I was saying. At one point, the Penguin King is like, "Shut up!" or something. I forget what it was. Because there's this little fucking flame character that uses the baby voice that you're supposed to be like, "Oh, it's so fucking cute. I love
fucking
everything
Debbie
about it. It's a
Downer."
fucking Grogu." But he's like a Debbie Downer, like psychotic, person. And it's like played for laughs, so funny.
It's
The
annoying.
kids are like, "I don't know what the fuck is going on. Hey, sounds like us." But the kids are not laughing, and adults are just,
That's
I guess
another thing,
maybe
too.
some adults thought it was funny, but
I didn't hear a lot of kids.
that just
laughing. They're
reminds me of, what is it? It was one of the Disney animated ones where they just like push a character like, "The baby, oh, that baby is Kung Fu baby. It's the best thing ever." There was I think it was like a Chinese one. You remember with a female lead and she's fighting. I don't fucking know. I wanted to like this thing more, and it just didn't have the heart. Didn't have the heart, didn't have the laughs, didn't have the script, didn't have the plot. Now, let's talk about it, right? The biggest thing is Chris Pratt. Y'all tell me, what did you think of him? I mean, we all talk shit. We were all like, "Oh, this is terrible. He's just doing Chris Pratt." What did you think by the end of the film?
After a while, I was just like, it's fine.
Okay.
It didn't. I not deducting any points out from this because of his voice.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yes, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, some people are like, we were all shitting on Chris Pratt. And then some people after seeing this are like, Chris Pratt does a great job after seeing the film. No, I still think it's average at best.
It is.
I can give you maybe average.
Because he did more of an accent when he was doing that trailer or his commercial.
The funny commercial. That was
Yeah.
honestly, that had a lot of energy in it, and I was getting encouraged. I was like, hey, this almost kind of feels a little Ghostbusters, a little, hey, we're plumbers, we're having that energy, but they were just putting on a voice. He said, is it too much? It's like, no, it's not too much. And then the whole thing, the catchphrase of the film is Mamma Mia. Like his family is Mamma Mia every time something crazy happens, and when something happens,
Yeah, I think his dad is Charlie.
Sure, Charles
Mamma
Martinet.
Mia.
Charles.
Well, there was a guy who was like, "Is it too much?" And then there was a guy at the arcade who said, "No, what are you?" And he's doing the Mario voice. I think that was Charles.
Yeah, I think his
But
dad
He
also
did
played
multiple-
Maybe he did
yeah.
multiple characters. Okay. Well, honestly, Charles should have been the voice.
Yeah.
He could have done this much better, and I think it would have elevated it slightly. Now, but I think we all agree Chris Pratt's voice was not the problem.
No.
I actually did not like Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. That did not work for me at all. He doesn't. He's just Seth Rogen and everything is just Seth Rogen. You know what I mean? And it just doesn't
Like
work
The
as
Rock.
Donkey Kong. Yeah.
He's the Rock.
The Rock. Yeah.
I thought it was, yeah, it's kind of like just him being him, but still no chemistry between him and Mario, which is a lot of the scenes, which kind of fell flat for me.
We don't like
Why I
each
don't
other.
like
Get
it.
it? And it's
Yeah,
like,
I
no,
was like-
what? This is
Okay,
Whatever.
now
This
we
is
have to
forced to
take into account mega Super Nintendo fans, you know, the rabid ones. You're going to love the film. You're going to enjoy the hell out of it.
Oh, just for the Easter egg purposes?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's a ton of Easter egg stuff that I don't even know. It's just filled with that. But well, and then plus it's a Nintendo brand. They're going to like it whether they like it or not.
Oh man, Nintendo's probably just for speaking about a Nintendo product. This video probably got DMCA claimed.
Yeah, we're taken down. Now, here's the
Shit.
thing: is that this is one of those weird things that it's like, I think the sequel will be better.
I
Like,
hope.
now-
I
I hope the sequel will be better, and but this one ain't it, Chief. Is it better than John Leguizamo? And yeah, I guess, but that's not a bar that anybody was expecting that we would get anywhere near.
We're in the
and it almost got near. You know?
The fact that we're even having to discuss which one is better is a massive fucking problem. Because
Right.
this was such a layup. It's a kids movie. All
This
you
was
have
a
to
layup.
do. Pretend that do a
the
scene
writers.
where Mario thinks that Luigi is dead, right? And you've got this whole thing where he gets the power up, and then he realizes that you have heart. It is so easy to set up heart in these fucking kids movies.
They did it in Shazam 2.
We got nothing. There's nothing in here, and you hire like this movie is filled with so many funny people, and we got nothing funny from
Nothing
them.
Funny. They weren't allowed to be themselves. They were all allowed to be what Matthew Fogel wanted them to be. They all have the same kind of style to them, and it's just. Anyways,
Hey, Phil Lamar did some voices for it.
Disappointment.
that's what you get to look forward to here in the film. Mario's bad until he isn't. He's bad at everything until he isn't. He has heart, and that's basically it.
He doesn't know when to quit. He's got
doesn't
infinite
know when to
lives.
quit. Yeah. And it's like I said, keeping Luigi and Mario separated because
was a
there
big
was
mistake.
magic there at the beginning of the film between Charlie Day and Chris Pratt and the brothers thing, and then they just kind of split them up. That's bad. So yeah, and then the Bowser creepy thing and the world. I'm not even gonna talk about how the world doesn't make sense because obviously it's fucking Mario. It doesn't matter. But like I just would have rather it had been a different script. They probably, I don't know if they had multiple scripts, but I really would have looked at one of the other ones.
Oh, for sure.
Just really
Idiot
flat.
Chief.
That's what I have to say about it. It's really flat. Explain yourself, Joe. Nope, it's flat. Let's go final verdicts. Oh, I did explain myself this whole fucking video.
Visuals were amazing. I like that. I like the nostalgia music whenever they did do the power-ups and stuff like that. The character-wise, I think Bowser did great, but little to do. He didn't do enough. It was sad just seeing it, and like I said, gush over Peach over every time he showed up.
Jack Black.
It's like, we get it.
How did you like Jack Black as Bowser?
I liked him. But they didn't give him
Other
enough
than he
to
does have a
do.
musical sequence where you talk about the Peach,
Again and
Peach,
again,
Peach,
again and
Peach.
again.
That's Tenacious D, and he's literally Jack Black when he's doing that part. But I don't know. It's
Yeah, not enough to do with him. Luigi and Charlie did a great job, but again, they just kind of kicked him to the curb for a while. The main thing was with Donkey Kong and Mario. Didn't feel the chemistry there. So throughout their journey, it kind of, again, felt flat.
Yep.
There was not a lot of heart in this. No, nothing. And I was very disappointed.
Oh, Joe, you're just sticking the mud.
I wanted to enjoy it.
Me too. I'm just joking with you.
I'm going to go with the 5. This is honestly just an average film. It's by the numbers. It's like, all right, here's a check mark. Mario Kart racing. Are you going to do the platforming? Are you going to do this?
Yeah.
But it's just like instant, and then
Yeah.
you blink and it's gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no story. There's nothing here, and it's just really, really pretty, and it's really nice to hear the music when
Visuals are here,
and then the music is there when they're using the original stuff, and get
not the fucking rock.
Yeah, it's just not that stuff is just, it was out of place, and so I think that this movie's got a lot of things that went really well, as far as, again, just probably the visuals and the music and just getting to see all the different worlds. But other than that, I think that everything else kind of fell flat. I think if you got kids, they're going to enjoy it. I don't think they're going to really love it. This is not going to be one where you're going to buy the Blu-ray of it and they're going to watch it all the time. This isn't that kind of thing. I think there are a bunch of better children's movies. So I do think in the end that this ended up being an average movie. I mean, it's a story. It's kind of inoffensive, but like I said before, they risked absolutely nothing, and that's what they accomplished.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to see this again, unfortunately.
5.
Yeah, I'm also at 5 out of 10, and I honestly don't give a shit. Downvoters get mad at us. This isn't an average movie in my consideration. We all wanted it to be better. We all wanted to come out here and tell you the critics are wrong, and then what were you expecting and this and kind. Well, I was expecting to laugh. I was expecting to have a good time.
Flick, but it was
more of a good time and a story. I was expecting it to be better than half of the Minions films, to be better than a lot of the animated stuff. I mean, should I expect it to be a Pixar level story? Well, even Pixar's kind of dropping these days. So yeah, maybe on the lower end of the spectrum of Pixar, but I don't even think it reaches that. I think some of the worst Pixars are about where this is at. Maybe this is even below that. But it's better than the John Leguizamo and Bob.
I would rather watch that one again.
I was just about to say that at least that one is like curiously interesting.
It
does not pay homage. It's like
bad.
not
It's
appropriate.
good.
It's not. No.
It is almost an OJ
Street
movie.
Fighter is bad but good. That one's bad but bad.
It's got some interesting parts.
But it's like, yeah, this is just, like gum that loses its flavor really quickly. Yeah. Guy hit it on nail on the head there. I'm sorry, but yeah. Well, maybe your mileage will vary. We're not telling you not to see it. I would rather, you save I think you could save some money and go see something else.
Dungeons
and Dragons, far better story.
John Wick.
John Wick. This thing is gonna make buku money. There's no doubt about it.
I just hope they, like you said, with the second one, they actually try something.
Yeah.
Better.
And I do think that maybe we can get better in a sequel. There are some after credits things, so stay tuned for that. And then we'll go ahead and do a small spoiler section.
Take 30
Not
seconds.
really much. Yeah, exactly. Not really much to spoil on maybe the sequel and the after credits. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Hey guys, welcome to the old crappy men spoiler section who didn't like the movie that you liked as much as you liked it, and they deserve to have the show canceled. So, excuse me, what the fuck? Y'all pick it up. What was the after credits?
The post one, it's going to be at the very end, they shrink Bowser. They put him in a jar. And we get him singing.
Blue mushroom shrinks.
Yeah, we get him singing in this cage about Peach.
Yeah.
Once again, just in case you didn't realize 5 times that he's in love with Peach. So he's singing, doing his whole Jack Black thing, and a Toad comes in. Hey, quiet in there.
Yeah.
It's like, you know who I am? And shuts the door. That's it.
And the next one, I had to go to the bathroom.
The next one is we go back down to where they got teleported into Super Mario World. And we see an Yoshi egg. It starts zooming in. It fades to black. All you hear is Yoshi.
It's a Yoshi.
Yes.
Baby Yoshi, but you don't actually see Yoshi?
No, you don't see him.
Okay.
It starts cracking. And
Okay,
it fades
yeah,
to black.
that's the second most popular character. You know, wasn't in the film. There was a band of Yoshis.
Yes, in
one
the
red one
background.
looked up at them, but they didn't interact with them. So I guess we are getting confirmation of a potential sequel idea that Yoshi will be running free in New York. At one point, Peach says that she doesn't know where she's from. So there's kind of like this backstory. It's like, why is Peach in charge of all these toads? You know, she just comes through a portal and she's like a little baby and she sticks her sucker in somebody's mouth and then they make her princess for it, I guess. Or they train her to be a badass. How if they're all cowards? Yeah, I don't know. All right, but anyways. Then she's like, he's like, you could be from my world, says Mario. And she's like, her response to that is, there's a whole galaxy out there. Get it? Galaxy? So maybe we could do the galaxy game. And then maybe the next film, they could do Sunshine. They go on vacation
Odyssey.
to an island. Oh, yeah, the Odyssey.
Mario and Rabbids, the game of the year. That beat
Warhammer Total War, best strategy game of the year. Yeah, and then it'd be the best film of the year if they bring in Rabbids, right? Because everybody will laugh and have a good time. Rabbids are essentially minions. Maybe we needed some minions in here. I thought that Illumination was so full of themselves that, you know, maybe one of the little spookies, the little white mask would fall off and it'd be like, you'd see a little yellow and you'd like, oh shit, it's minions in the film. They're so full of themselves. No, they didn't do that. What else? What else can we talk about? We already talked about Bowser has this weird stalker vibe where he wants to get with Peach. He wants to destroy everybody. He wants to get the star so that he can impress her. There's, you know,
marry me or I'll destroy everybody and torture your people and that kind of thing.
Sacrifice.
And I'm also going to sacrifice all the people that you love. Yes. And then so, you know, they say, oh no, we're about to be invaded by the penguins got invaded, we're going to be invaded next. Let's go get the Donkey Kong army. And so, but it's like, then why hasn't the Donkey Kong army already fought, you know, Bowser? Why, the world, like, we're just, like, coming in it now. It's just, it's not a setup. It's a setup for the writing so that we can have the fucking film. Don't think about it. Anyways, but we are here in the spoiler section where we kind of break things down like that. What else?
So we get like a Super Smash Bros. Here with Donkey Kong.
So,
and Mario, he has to fight to join allegiance.
Right.
He turns into a cat, beats him up.
So even though Peach is a badass fighter and could probably beat Donkey Kong very easily without breaking a sweat, he's like, I'm going to do it because why? So he can get his ass beat. And he can go, I'm Mario. And then it's a me Mario. And then, yeah. But then he beats him how, Joe?
By being an adorable cat.
Yeah. I didn't like this part. I mean, hey, this is the cool powers. You got the powers, and then he beats him up. So
again,
yeah.
like it sucks because
there's a
you
few
saw
good
it in the
moments.
trailer. That's the part we saw in the trailer. I was like, that's good. You should have keep that for the fucking movie.
Look, if they didn't, they would show no good parts in the trailer because there's so few good parts in this movie that, I mean, I don't know.
So then Bowser shows up. They get the army, and then they're like, let's go attack him. And so let's get... But we have to do carts to get there. It's like, why? That doesn't make any sense. Just wait till he attacks. You be in a defensive position. No, because we got to get carts. Because Mario Kart. It's like, okay, fine. Are you going to do like this race for Peach's hand and Mario will, whoever wins the race gets to marry Peach or some stupid shit? No. It's just we're going to drive to beat his ass. Oh, no, they drove to beat our ass. And so we're ramming into each other or something like that. And then...
They had higher ground. They start.
Yeah, and then what happens? Does the Koopa army win?
Yes,
for the most part. Yes.
Yeah, the Koopa army wins. Everyone gets captured, but Mario and Donkey Kong get swallowed by an eel. And then there's just this giant lack of chemistry between Chris Pratt and Seth Rogen for 5-6 minutes.
They try to do a Pinocchio thing or something.
Yeah,
and fire a rocket.
And then they're setting up for the wedding. Peach thinks that Mario is dead, and everyone's sad, and they're going to get sacrificed. And then during the middle of the wedding, as it starts to happen, Peach's bouquet is actually a blue flower, so it's an ice flower, and so she kills everybody. She freezes Bowser.
Turns into Elsa and beats Bowser's ass that she could have done the whole time.
Beats every single person up. But then Mario shows up last minute with Donkey Kong.
Why? Peach is good. We don't need Mario here.
Yeah, and then but they
We
helped
don't need a man
because
to save this woman.
but we need a man to save Luigi. So Mario had to save Luigi.
That's fucking sexist. Okay, no. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
I'm just
So he had to
being-
save his little brother, and so
Well, before that too, like the thing I was talking about, the chemistry between Seth or Donkey Kong and Mario. They're both stuck in the eel. He's like, yeah, my dad was never proud of me. He's like, my dad was never proud of me either. There's supposed to be some kind of touchy moment. He's like,
yeah,
well,
we
your
do
dad
get
was probably
Mario's
right.
family in the film. Surprisingly, a ton of characters who I can't remember any of their names.
and they suck.
And
That's
that
it's
moment just
weird. No, there's
rang hollow.
no emotion behind that.
It's like,
So Bowser gets really pissed off because he realizes that Peach is not going to love him and not going to be with him. And he's always worried about Mario. Is Mario impressing Peach? It's like, don't worry, bro. Like, they don't have chemistry either. But everybody's like, yeah, man, he's really cool. And so it pisses Bowser off. So he fires a motherfucking huge bullet. And, you know, it's about to blow up Peach's kingdom. But Mario says, no way. And he gets in the raccoon. Flies over there because he's already the raccoon. Because they actually showed up. And then just randomly, him and Donkey Kong finally show up. And then they have to do this gauntlet to get where they need to go, where Peach has already solved everything. But, like, he's instantly good for no reason. He's never been that good the whole film, but he's instantly good.
it's because he's got motivation this time.
Instead of letting the abandoned and completely evacuated, empty Mushroom Kingdom from being explode, he sends the giant nuke to New York City that is not evacuated.
And so Mario
I don't know
fucks it up, right? Because so he pokes the bullet in the eye, and
Let's
then the
think
bullet
about it.
stops before he does it, and he gets pissed off, so he follows Mario, and so like, okay, cool. He's going to lead it away into the sky, and it's going to blow up. No, he actually leads it through the fucking... He sees a pipe, and he's like, let me just put the bullet over here and blow up, I don't know, America?
New York City.
And so then but no, it's the world in between worlds, and it blows up there. But by doing that, you fuck all of the universes at one time, and that universe gets sucked into this universe. God knows if other universes were sucked into other universes. But then Bowser's kingdom comes into the real world, and then the Koopas are everywhere, and there's no real reaction from people. It's weird, because it's almost like, have you guys seen this before? But no, they haven't. They're like, whoa. And then, so then they fight. Bowser's like, come out here, I'm going to kick your ass, Mario. Mario's like, no, I don't want to fight you, or I can't fight you. So then Princess Peach comes out and kicks his ass for him, and Donkey Kong, and they're fighting. And then he sees the commercial with his brother, and he gets the courage with his brother and the love for his brother. Like I said, the best part of the film, the commercial, and him and Luigi. And so he goes out there and fights. He's gonna die to the fire, but then Luigi uses the shield, and he's like, I got you, and he's Luigi saving Mario for once. We saw little baby Luigi and Mario. Somebody kicked over Luigi's castle. Mario saved him. Anyways, for no reason, then Mario says, give me your hand. I'm like, no, Mario, that's a bad idea. He's protecting you. Go get the star. But once again, Mario kind of fucks it up. He's a bumbling idiot, and he gets his hand. And they remove the only object that's blocking the fire, so it could have consumed and killed them. But no, they touched the star just in time. And they're so powerful now that you don't even know how to fight. You just win. And that's what the star is. The star's always been that. You just win.
You just run into people.
Touch
That's
me,
it.
you die.
Yeah,
You touch
exactly.
you
Just
die.
run
So
into
he
people.
touches everybody. They all fucking die. All the Koopas die. Bowser gets his ass kicked, and then he's turned in with the blue mushroom into a little man. And they put him in a jar. He's like, you can't do this to me.
And they save Brooklyn.
And they say, no sleep till Brooklyn. And then
Did you love that part?
more annoying fucking songs. No, I don't particularly like when they do that shit. But I guess all the adults in the audience loved it. I don't know. And so then everybody, the residents are like, way to go, Luigi, including like this wrecker crew who's the rival plumbing. And he's like, you guys are awesome. And so finally we see that Mario and Luigi has actually left New York. I'm like, thank God. Because I just want from here on, just be in the Mushroom Kingdom and let's do some Mario stuff. Let's do Super Mario, the video game, and go into different worlds and shit. I don't know. Can we at least have the princess being saved? So if we never save the princess, that's never happening because she's girl boss now. So I thought maybe this film would do that, and then the next film she's like, I will never be fucking captured again, and then she trains and now she can kick ass. But that's gone. She's always known how to kick ass. In fact, she's got a course that she trains on, and she's like, don't worry, everybody fails this course. It's really hard. And he's like, oh, thank you. That made me feel better. And then you see her face, and he's like, wait a minute. Are you lying? And she's like, yeah, I beat it the first time. So, what? What do you Okay. The residents, so then now they live in the Mushroom Kingdom, and they go with a pipe to return to, I don't know, visit their parents and shit whenever they want. And that's it. I don't know if... yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And so now they're the plumbers for all the Toads, I guess, I think is what's going on here. Oh, we never really talked about the Toad. I liked Toad. Yeah. I think this is a... Keegan-Michael Key. He's like the one Toad that's brave. All the Toads are like, fuck out of here. But he's like, I'll protect you. He doesn't really protect her, but he tries.
He's fine. Didn't stand out.
I like
him. Everything was everything was just average to me. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Cranky Kong was in it. He was cranky.
Diddy Kong was in it for
Diddy Kong. He was like, yay, Donkey Kong.
And he's like, shut the fuck up, Diddy Kong. He's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You can't help out with like a race. Diddy will help you with the Diddy Kong racing. Who knows?
Yeah, I can.
I think the sequel will be better. That's it. Because I know there's going to be a fucking sequel, so I can only hope that it's going to be better.
It's going to make money, and
all the Minion movies made like $1 billion fucking dollars. Like, like seriously, almost $1 billion. Like, and so it's like these movies make money. So
hopefully it'll get better as we go along here, and we want it to, because I like it when video game movies do well, especially if they honor the characters. This one kind of keeps it, hey, this is all familiar. You're paying respect to the license. It does that, but it just doesn't do it with the right script, the right jokes, the right plot, and that's just critic stuff. You can maybe go over there and be entertained by the flashing lights. All right, guys, that's it. Sorry about that, and we will see you on the next. You still like us, yes? On the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.